So I want to give a little bit of a background to what is Sevenfold. What is the whole purpose of this site? What are we doing here? And kind of how it all got started. So if you don't know me, my name's Ely Delaney, and I've been in the internet marketing space for a long time, had a web and graphic design agency, all that kind of fun stuff. But I've been called to do something different. And I wanted to share what is the purpose? Why are we doing this? And why am I making this shift in the stuff that I'm putting out there and sharing the stuff with you? Reality is, in the last several years, there's been enormous amounts of shift in the world. We've had everything from our global crises, we've had pandemics, we have economic shifts, multiples of them that's put people on their ends. They don't know what's going on. The rise of social media has exploded our connection. We're more connected than we ever have been in history. However, people are more disconnected than they've ever been. The more and more that I talk to other people, I find more people that feel more isolated than they ever have in the past. People are losing connections with their family, their friends. They're getting polarized over the negativity that's been out in the world. The political world has just split everybody in half. Human connection feels like it's slipping more and more every day. And much of society is just drifting. And what I mean by drifting, from day to day, the emotions are volatile, emotions are high, but people feel like they've got a loss of purpose, a loss of drive. They don't feel like doing better like they used to. We used to come from a society wanting to achieve more because we wanted to do something bigger, better, cooler, faster. Here in the United States, that's how the United States was even created, was our drive to do better. And a lot of that's just kind of gone. People live in a day-to-day world of depression. Even, I hate to say it, but even suicide rates are at an all-time high. And overall, we have a loss of connection, a loss of the ability to communicate. And that's where a lot of this came into being. All of this started for me in 2020. Okay? 2019, I had my best year ever. 2020, it completely fell apart. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details on it, but there was a lot to it. And I'll tell you what, the pandemic was the least of my worries. And it put me on a tailspin of just not even trying to figure out what I was going to do the next day. My business was destroyed. I lost clients. I lost the income. I lost my relationship. I mean, everything that was going on just kept going down and downhill. I don't even know how it started. Like, I had studied Stoicism for several years, not deep. I don't tend to go deep on any philosophy or religion or any of that kind of stuff. I take it as face value. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I fell into this rabbit hole of understanding Bushido, which is the code of the samurai. They have the 7 virtues. And I started studying that and started following some of the process and reading up on some of the stuff. And I started realizing there's more and more amazing ancient wisdom that's out there in things like Stoicism, Bushido, even military code of conduct. There's a lot of that in there. And I've even brought in some Buddhism. And it's like, I find these nuggets. Like I said, I'm not diving deep into any religion or anything like that, but I'm seeing there's these nuggets of wisdom, these things that are like, if people just did that, the world would be a better place. There's a great example. Part of the reason that Bushido stood out to me was because 2 of the core values or the virtues are kindness and respect. They use benevolence or compassion and respect. I use kindness and compassion interchangeably. Well, my 2 core values are kindness and respect. Anybody who knows me at any kind of time knows that that's a really big thing for me. And so that's kind of where it started. And I went down and I started studying more. I started realizing all this stuff, all this ancient wisdom, that if you look at it just as surface level, you don't have to go down anything crazy, but you look at the basics. Can you be an honorable person? Can you be honest with people? Well, yeah, you should be. And sadly, a lot of people have lost that. Can you be respectful of people? Doesn't matter what their beliefs are. Doesn't matter what their religions are. None of that stuff matters. But can you be respectful of them? You don't have to like them, but can you be respectful of them? And these are all the things that I started following and paying attention to. And I'll tell you what, I had a point where I was at the lowest that I'd ever been in my life, and I wasn't even sure I was going to make it. And going through and following this stuff and paying attention to it helped me get through it. It helped me make every single day just a little bit better. And it helped me find my drive again. Helped me find my purpose. My purpose above everything else. I have stuff in my business. I have all these different things, but my purpose above everything else is to just add value to the world one way or another. It doesn't have to be huge. If I can do that on a huge level, awesome. Kind of hoping that this whole project does that. But if I do it on a small way of just doing something to make my barista laugh a little bit and have a better day, I'm okay with that too. But anything I can do to add value to other people's lives every day is really my purpose. And when I do that, it helped me change my mindset. It also helped me realize one of the big things, especially in Stoicism, is focus on the things you can control, not the things you can't control. And this is something I've done most of my life, but I wasn't conscious about it. I wasn't intentional about it. It just was kind of natural for me. And then I started becoming more intentional about it. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I have all these bad things that have happened, but these are the things I can't control, but I can control this over here. So let me focus my energy on that one thing or those two things. So a couple of things that I can focus my energy on, that I can change the output. Because the other stuff, it is what it is. I can't do anything about that. And so focusing on it doesn't do any good. And so I changed how I saw things to focus my energy on the things that I could influence and not the things that I couldn't. I also learned to control my emotions and look at things from an objective standpoint, which is something I've actually done quite a bit and I've gotten more intentional with. Take the emotion out of it. We're not emotional at all. Yes, we have emotions, but take the emotion out of these things, come from an objective, factual basis, and you become more solution oriented. And that's what really helped me. I became solution focused. So if something went wrong, I didn't go off the handle and blame somebody for it. It was like, okay, how do we fix this? And I've gotten better at that. And I've used some of these exercises to literally make it so those days that were so hard, I just didn't want to get out of bed. If I'd had my way, I would have stayed in there and I probably would have stayed in there forever. But I had a couple of exercises that I did that I started making a habit that got it. So I not only got out of bed, but it set the tone for the rest of the day. The rest of the day ended up being great. I started looking for opportunities around me, which, by the way, there's people, whether you believe it or not, there are people that talk about the law of attraction. I come from a scientific background of it. The law of attraction is, you manifest the things that you want, that you think about the most. I come from a scientific standpoint of it's actually your reticular activating system, which is a known piece of your brain that is top of mind awareness. Well, if you're looking for something, guess what? You're probably going to find it. The problem is whether it's good or whether it's bad, that works. So if you're looking for the bad thing, you're looking for somebody to tick you off, you're looking for something to blow up, it's probably going to happen. But if you're looking for the good things, you're looking for the opportunities, you're looking for the people that are going to make your day better, probably going to find them as well. And so I've been taking this stuff and I've been working on this stuff for several years now. And I've had clients coming to me and friends coming to me, and I've shared nuggets of it with them to help them through their days. And it's worked. So that's where this stuff really comes from. As I go through all this stuff, like I said at the beginning, I'm not asking you to join any weird cult or anything like that. I'm not looking to convert anyone, whatever that looks like to you, right? I want you to take the teachings as face value. Don't read into them. Don't make stuff up, because humans, we do that. We have a really bad case of doing that. You have a really simple concept and people have to complicate it and add agendas to it and add their opinions to it. No, none of that. It's all about taking it at face value and taking action on how can you make that help your day be better and make you be better. So these are some of the tools, the thoughts, the ideas, the processes, the exercises that have helped me, the things that I am doing for myself. I'm using it to help clients as well. And again, and from that standpoint, it's not even from a business standpoint. My other business, these people are coming to me and I'm using it to help them out. It's not like this is like, I'm not a therapist. My goal with this is to share this stuff with you. Hopefully, it helps you get through those tough times. It helps you become more intentional about how you live your life. It helps you become focused on solutions, not the problems. And it helps you become a better human being. That's what it's all about. Thank you very much. I hope that this makes sense. Hopefully, this is helpful for you. Get out there. Have an amazing day. Take care.